Good morning. Good morning. Well, that was weird. I just had a oh, notification that it disappeared. Hey, the weather lied. It said we weren't supposed to have wind today. Well, that means we'll probably just have something less than 20 miles an hour. Definitely well into the windy season. Good morning. Good evening. Good day, wherever you're at in the world. We are doing some live readings, so they're only $10. You just have to go to my link tree. Did I just get, oh, never mind. My link tree down here at the bottom of the screen, right there. It'll take you to my Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App. Readings for live readings are only $10. If you'd like to leave more, you can. If you have any burning question or you just want a general outlook, kind of see if you're on the right track. You're kind of always on the right track, even when you feel like you're on the wrong track. But um, life path readings, love relationship readings, whatever question you have. I do reserve the medium readings for the private sessions, which you just have to go to my website, www.psychicshaman333.com. We'll do the medium sessions, private sessions, because I just always feel like I'm not getting enough of the message through most of the time. It just takes a little more time. What's up, Cryptomaria? Good morning. Happy hump day. It's chilly today. How's it in you guys are supposed to get a big storm. Was it today? Kathy? Hello, Stephen. I was just looking at it. There's a famous story called uh, Pleasant Valley Wars back in the late 1800s in Arizona. And there's a guy's house, which I kind of think were the bad guys. I think they were both bad guys, but it was two ranchers and then the friends of those ranchers fighting each other, like killing each other. And there's a house in Holbrook where one of the most ruthless ones, his name was Blevins, but he changed his name to Cooper. Everybody knew he was Blevins though, but he changed his name to kind of avoid arrest because he was like a horse thief. And yeah, a pretty interesting story though. So I'm gonna go check out that house. It's basically we just went and checked out Bucket of Blood bar, which I don't think that's what it was called, but there was like shootouts there. All this stuff is like taking place right by the train station. So it's just across from on the other side of the tracks is this Blevins home where this his dad lived. But it was a big bloody feud. Like a lot of people got killed. There's some pretty interesting stories out here. 54 and cloudy. Yeah, it's 47 here. It's cold. Weren't you guys supposed to get a storm today? Or did it break up? Ransom Blevins, your great 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 grandfather? Can't remember what his name, but I know one of them, the son of the father. I think the father died because they joined. There was the Tewksbury's, and they came from Boston, and then they settled here. He married a native woman, and then they had kids, and they grew up. It's like a damn thing. It's like a real western, and it happened not too far away from here. Well, it kind of happened all over, like down in the valley in Phoenix area. It's called Pleasant Valley. Then it happened. I mean, they kind of all just traveled up here and then back down. It's an interesting story if you ever want to check it out. It's called the Pleasant Valley Wars in Arizona. But yeah, part of that history is still in Holbrook, so I'm gonna go check it out. Maybe I'll take a picture and share it on Facebook. Ransom was from Arkansas. Slight chance of rain. I know I think we had a tiny, tiny bit of rain yesterday. It was just tiny sprinkles, and it lasted for about 3 minutes. But we did have some antelope come through. I didn't see them this time. Norma did. But yeah, it's a really interesting story. Then I watched another one right after it called The Apache Kid. He's from Arizona. There's a lot of rich history, especially like if you want the Wild West. I mean, think about Tombstone. That's just south of us, and that's in Arizona too. Tombstone's an interesting town. I mean, they've made it. It's basically people live there, but it's basically like a touristy thing. Like you walk in there on the main street and you'll see the cowboys all dressed up like Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday. Hey, Val Kilmer died. That sucks. I hope that's not the truth, but he died. He was only 65. He played the best Jim Morrison in that movie, The Doors. He's played a lot of good parts. He's in one called Salton Sea, and that's a really good movie. The Salton Sea. It's about this guy that I'm not gonna give it away. It's a really good movie though. Your great nephew has a fight in May in Tucson. Yeah, Tombstone's about what, about an hour away south of Tucson. It's right close to the border of Mexico. It's a cool town though if you get a chance to visit it. But I mean, this story that I was telling you about, the Pleasant Valley, there's like parts of them like wow. I mean, it's all like a cut like what they show you in Hollywood, the movies, like it really happened. Like the sheriff was sent to get that Blevins guy on a warrant. He went there by himself against and took on three guys and didn't get. I mean, like he was straight up badass sheriff. Though he called him commandant, which was he was the Apache County sheriff. Long hair, like down the middle of his back. He was badass. Eugene Blevins. That sounds familiar. Yeah, Glendale's in that valley area where I think it is where close to Phoenix. Arizona's a cool place. I don't know how the Cowboys did it back in those days, the pioneers and the ranchers, when it got 120 degrees. I don't know how they do it now. I don't know how homeless people do it. Like that's, I guess, acclimation or acclimated to it, but I'm definitely not acclimated to it yet. It is a little cold, but then when we turn that thing on, it burns up my leg. Need to have it up a little higher, so it's like right here. Oh yeah, we used to do that. Hey, you never know. You maybe I'm trying to remember what that their first names were. Yeah, outskirts of Phoenix. And Pleasant Valley's, I think, right just above that. What's up, Tammy Lee? Happy Wednesday. Did you go back one day? You traveling to the past? I notice a lot of people are losing track of the days. That's a pattern I'm noticing that's like more and more these days. I do it too. That Wednesday. Kind of an uneventful April Fool's Day. I didn't get fooled, at least on April Fool's. Yeah, damn it. We should look it up. There's a lot of names involved. Like it was a real war. Like they had different battles. That's crazy. Like, damn, this happened all in this state. That's crazy. But this is where Wyatt Earp shootout at the OK Corral happened. And there was another one called it was the last gunfight and the most brutal. It was the tunnel, the tunnel inn. They called it the tunnel because there was a bar, but there was a downstairs, so it was in the ground, so it stayed cooler in there. I don't know. I would listen to the guy tell a story. It was pretty interesting. Yeah, a lot of people have been doing that. I'm kind of feeling more on track, but I was doing it like a year ago. A lot. You play a trick on your buddy. Yeah, I'm kind of into that stuff though. You know that I heard they're making another Young Guns, be the third one. I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, I guess get Emilio Estevez back, and I think he's in his mid 50s or 60s. Who y'all barking at? Thank you, Tammy, for the $10. Thinking on Venmo, right? Oh, the video froze, but I'm still here. I think you can still hear the audio. There we go. Love to do a check-in. Okay, you just want a general kind of look at things right now. Tammy's the first one on our list for April, huh? For the list to win a 20-minute session. I'm actually giving one of the ones that we gave away today, Jennifer Lynn. Hey, closer to the 70s now? I guess they are. Because when Men at Work came out, I was still a teenager, or not even a teenager yet. So yeah, I guess they are. It'd be cool if they did a prequel where it all got crazy. Or yeah, they already. Yeah, I don't know if a prequel would work because there wasn't. I don't. Who knows what was going on before that all that happened. All right, Tammy. So you got the flute card first, and this is just through expression or expressing yourself. And I think you've been doing a lot more. I know I've noticed you online a lot more, or a lot more content. I'm noticing, and maybe it's just I haven't seen it, and you have been doing that. But that's what the flute cards is about. It's about expressing yourself. Because you're doing this, you're entering new levels of consciousness. As you're leveling new levels of consciousness, you're getting more awakenings. So it's not that it's not been there or on your mind, or things the way you perceive things has not been on your mind. It's just further confirmation. Um, like all these things you've been thinking about, and maybe kind of at the back of your mind, they're these are becoming little aha moments right now in your life. So, or like confirmation that what you were thinking, which some people would think was crazy, is true. And then you got the insects card, which is that I relate this more to like your spiritual support, but also your earthly support. Having support That's what the insects card is about. It's knowing that you always have that support around you when you need it, and not panicking like, oh my God, I'm in this all alone. No, you have plenty of support. I think you know that. Then you got the ether. Yep, more connection with that etheric side. This is where I feel like your work, not that it hasn't been in the past, but I feel like it's a lot more etheric, or working with the etheric and understanding the etheric a lot better than you ever have. So this is about your work. This is about whatever you want to call it, God's work, your true purpose. Now I got that song La Bamba stuck in my head. Yariba, yariba, potis, potis. I don't know what he's saying right there because I don't know how to speak Spanish. That's just what it sounds like to me. Yeah, how old is Emilio Estevez? Let's. Oh, I can check it on here. He just kind of got out of it. I mean, I've seen him in a couple things, but he right after like Mighty Ducks, I think he just kind of. He's 62. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like 10 to 15 years older than me. Awesome, Tammy. Old. I mean, but once you reach that age, you're like, I don't want to call myself old. I'm not old. Yeah, Lou Diamond was in Young Guns. I used to get called when I was younger. Everybody used to call me Chavez. Not everybody, but people would call me that. Now it's Jason Momoa. No, not relation to any of them. You take it back. He's just a year older than you. I mean, I'm curious to figure out like what or the if they are making another one, where are they going with it?
Right.
They should redo Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think they did, but it was like low budget or kind of a B movie, Lifetime movie. I'm hearing it. That's the same if you listen to I know this because I used to play this song. Beatles song. And then scream it. Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Same chord progression, same chords too. You learn that when you learn music. You're like, oh, because there's only so many progressions you can play. You can add to it. You can take away from it. But yeah, they're similar. Same chord structure and progression. Like Richie Valens just added a little more to it, but it actually it was written in Mexico. I think a Mexican song. That guy's career and life was short. Side by side of Aaron and Jason. Well, that'll be fun to look at. He's in a new movie too. What's that movie? It looks kind of interesting. It looks original, which we need more of that. Quit copying or remaking. Like Marvel's the worst about that. You got to just keep going. You just ruining creative creative progress. Let's just make this process. We'll just make this off the same thing, same concept. Oh, there's the sun for a minute. His eyebrows are pointier than mine. Like we could be cousins, yeah. Or Aaron, the older brother. Yeah, because I would be. He's probably. I think he's only 40 or around that age. But I don't know. He might be my age. I don't think he is. I think he's younger. Oh, there goes my stomach again. Green peppers, hamburger, cheese on those buns. Yeah, my mind's getting creative about eating right now. Clean, right? Looks like it. He's 45, so he's 5 years younger than me. Yeah, I was thinking about that because I'm like, he's been in stuff for a long time, so. Songs in my head. All you have to do is just tell me, just write it down and comment it. Silas is 4 years old now. Whoa, man! I said 4 years ago today, and I see a picture of Silas as a newborn. That's crazy. Time flies. Oh, what's that going over us? Some jet. Oh, it might just be an airliner though. Baby shark, doo, 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 baby shark. Doo, doo, doo. Yeah, you got me. I would have never, had I not had grandkids, I would have never heard that song or never paid attention to it. What makes you feel like a natural woman, Stephen? Oh yeah, it is a great song. Just kidding. I feel uncomfortable singing it because I'm like, should I be in drag right now or something? No, it is a great song though. Yep, the older you get, the faster it goes. That's right. I'm only at least halfway done. That's my goal. That's my thought. It, start 80s, high 80s, early 90s. There's this joke this guy was saying. He's like, when you're young, you think you're just gonna die young, and then you don't die young, and you're like, oh, why am I not dying? I'm still going. That's again, that's perception, just like how the years go by faster. They don't go by fast. And they do in a sense. It's all our perception. That's what one thing that proves to you that what we perceive, we feel, we go through, how we perceive it. Yeah, go sing that song live, dude, on Facebook. I'll watch. I'm just kidding. Oh, we have class tonight too. Well, I've got some free time and quiet time and something to talk about. I teach in metaphysical mystics. I know there's only 4 people in here, but it doesn't matter. Um, Metaphysical mystics class, which is a psychic development class tonight. I think we're going to do a meditation, but we do all kinds of stuff: remote viewing, astral projection, meditation, different philosophy, metaphysical stuff. Anyway, you can sign up on my website, www.psychicshaman333.com. That's some people I think get that they follow my website. I think that's subscribing, but no, it's actually you have to enroll in it, and you have to go to the page that says Metaphysical Mystics, the tab, and that's how you can enroll. And it's will be at 6 o'clock tonight, Pacific Standard Time. Out here they call it Mountain Daylight Time. Is it Mountain Daylight or no Mountain Standard Time? That's what we're on. We're actually actually means that we're on Pacific Standard Time too. Babe, now you change that song, Baby Shark. Now I'm not singing that one though. That one's annoying as hell. Tina was saying that Mike doesn't like I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Apparently that song just drives him crazy. We're getting northwest winds. So Tina's way and Steve's way. Quit sending us that cold air, man. It's like winter's last gasp, though, what it is. It works in kind of like a dance. It's kind of cool when you look at it in that way. The weather is like a dance. Nature is a dance. Everything kind of moves here, ebbs and flows. It burns, it grows. Or it might just be the 3 dabs that I just took before we went live. No, you learn a lot of this when and you don't have to do it this way, but psychedelics are a good way to do it. To open you up to those things, like actually paying attention to the poetry of life, the music of life, the grandeur of it. Oh God, it's raining man. Next you'll be singing what's the other one? You'll be commenting what's the other one? I will survive. Gloria Gaynor, I think is who that is. Uh who redid that song? Oh, Cake. You knew who Cake is, Stephen? They redid I Will Survive. And did a good job of it. What a name for a band, Cake. I mean, who else would name their band that? No, you get into that more philosophical. If you're in the right state of mind with psychedelics, I'm not promoting them. I'm just telling you my experience. For me, that opened up a lot, or kind of reconfirmed, but in a big way, how I already saw life. Like it's just a projection of what you're already perceiving, but you see it at much more an etheric level, like the reading I just gave Tammy. You can look at things much deeper and see The beauty within the beauty. Vanilla Ice. He sells real estate now. He's like a real estate channel on, I think it's YouTube or it might be on one of the networks. But he's like a real estate, high end real estate. Which that's cool. He was able to pivot and kind of get away from that because he didn't make any money. He paid money for that song, but it did make him famous. And he's a lot more like he really is like that kind of guy. Like I think he grew up in Florida, but like he really was like as the kids would say, down OG. He grew up pretty rough, and he got in trouble when he was a kid a lot. I don't know. He seemed like a cool guy, like somebody I could like actually have a conversation with. But you never know. People hide how they really are. It's definitely hoodie weather today. I haven't worn my hoodie forever. I'm always wearing that one that Tina and Mike got me. Yeah, he was a drug dealer before he was a musician, which a lot of those guys were. A lot of those guys funded off dealing drugs. They funded their careers independently first. That's how they created all their own record companies. Yeah, he had good music. He's good at what he does. He just got made fun of because he copied that song and his hairdo. But remember he kind of took a page out of MC Hammer, which MC Hammer was no joke either. Like that dude's not a wussy. Because a red man was talking about his mom, and was just doing it like a rapper would, talking about his mom. And he grabbed me. He's like, "Listen, young man, like MC Hammer's nobody to be messed with. Even though he did wear those big baggy pants, it's all the show, though. It's back in those days. It was all like that, flashy and baggy pants." Which he kind of seems gimmicky, but I like his music too. If you've ever heard like his whole album or his music, other than the ones that are really popular. Too legit to quit. And all right, stop. Wait, yeah. I'm mixing Vanilla Ice. Yeah. But they had similar kind of styles. Like that was their way they entertained. Because dancing, if you have that loose clothing on, it just makes it look cooler. My aunt was a choreographer. My cousin's a choreographer, first cousin. She didn't talk to us poor people, but she's in New York. What would you call her? She's a pretty big choreographer. Maya Taylor used to babysit her. She was the nice one back then. It was my Aunt Hallie. No, they were both nice. But and, she got to the upper echelons of her work, and I don't even know if she talks to her dad anymore. Probably. Everybody needs their dad, and their mom passed away. That was the first time I experienced chickens because we went to his house. We rented a house in Salt Lake, and right next to his house, these people had like probably 60 to 80 chickens, and they basically just used shelves, and they put like they were just those box shell or bookshelves. That was their roost or their boxes, and then they had like trees they could fly on, and it was kind of an open. The whole backyard was a chicken run, and we go get eggs, and that was the first time I realized that they make eggs other than white. Had a pretty eventful childhood. I mean, it was normal, but I mean, I got to experience a lot of cool things. My uncle, the same one that Maya's dad, he played AAA baseball, so minor leagues in Ogden, and I got to be the bat boy one season. That's interesting, being in a locker room with all those baseball players. What's up, Nia? But yeah, that was fun, being the bat boy. What's up, Poppy? Welcome. Freezing rain? Yikes. No freezing rain, but it was cold. And he'd take me to a place after night games. One time he told me, all right, I need you to go out and grab, there's a baseball way out there in center field. We were the last ones there. And I'm like 7, so I'm still afraid of the dark. I run all the way out there, go to get a baseball, and he turns all the lights off. It went pitch black. Just to mess with me. I'm playing with the fidget spinner if you're hearing a noise. Oh, I got to put my solar system back together. We blew it. Trying to run a pump, and it went, nope. I did that when I first got the inverter. By hooking up the positive to the negative and negative to the positive. You're the towel boy for wrestling team when you were in junior high? Nice. It was just fun watching like the baseball players. Like they're good. But I just thought it was cool being in front of like a big crowd and going out there. I was out there on the field giving guys their bats, taking their bats away every time they hit and they drop the bat. Did that for one summer, and then I think he got a job like as an executive somewhere. So they were called the Ogden Flyers because Ogden's right next to an Air Force base. Looking for some motivation to study last few weeks of school. Yeah, sometimes that's just one of these helps. They're in the bag. You want to grab the other one? Oh, you can have that one. Just will you grab me one? Hello, Valerie. Good morning. These are the blue raspberry. Oh yeah, those are cold. Oh, it's blue.
Is it? Wow.
See, I like the pink lemonade better. You like the raspberry better, but I ended up drinking this one. No problem, Valerie. I'd be happy to. Enhanced constant. And yeah, this isn't like make you. If you drink that energy drink with one of these, it'll make you jittery. I mean, that motivation only lasts so long, though. It's like, I'm tired of thinking. You have blood family in West Virginia, a blood family in Georgia, Alabama, where else? Nebraska. Texas. That's pretty close family, like aunts, uncles, mom, dad. I do have a Cash App. It's just the dollar sign, like the Cash App symbol, Psychic Shaman 333. If you can't find it that way, you can just go to my link tree where there's a live link, and it's also in the description. So if you back out of Facebook, you look in my title or my description. They call it title on Facebook. It's not. It's actually the description. So my link tree is in there too, like as a clickable link. Ooh, that gave me. I can already feel that coming out. Can't wait till Tina and Mike come out here. That's gonna be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna move. I want to move this thing before it gets hot. I still got some time. Maybe it's supposed to get up in the 80s next week. Okay, Valerie, I'll be here. And thank you. Wow, thank you for the $30, Valerie. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's really going to help out. It is 11:11 right now for Kathy. It is. I know that. I think I don't know where Valerie is right now, and Steven. Yeah, you don't have to have a specific question if you just want to roll with it. But thank you for the $30. That was very generous. Thank you. Yep. Sometimes specific questions you get the well, if you want answers to a certain thing, ask. Hello, Tricia. Welcome back. You're having bad mental health issues. It's going to get better. I think you're working through some things right now. I'll pull some cards, but I feel like it's kind of working on where you're at in life right now. It's kind of like, I don't like to call them crises. You can turn that crisis into like an awakening, which I feel like is what you're going through. But right now, you're kind of going through the dark part of it. I'm learning to be okay with that dark side. Like that's not an evil thing if you're paying attention. Like I just feel like, yeah, I'm immediately getting you're probably getting the same kind of reassurance from spirit is trust yourself, trust your instincts. Don't allow anybody else to, you know, take that authenticity and that, truth away from you. So you got the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups, if you look right here, see how he's paying attention to that one cup that's what he really wants. But there's three other cups right below him he's not even paying attention to. Meaning opportunities come sometimes in very mysterious ways. Sometimes you take one opportunity and it does get you to that cup that you're looking at, that one opportunity you really want. So it's like thinking about taking steps to get where you're looking to go. Let's see here. Then you got the Empress card, which is you hold all the keys, you hold all the power that you need. The Empress, I would say, is very similar to the Magician, just the feminine aspect of it. So utilizing your intuition, utilizing your imagination more, and not, trying to get yourself out of the analytical so much. Like, it doesn't mean don't need to use that and keep a balance there, but I feel like as far as balance, you need to be more in that masculine side, or to balance things out. So, or not the masculine, the feminine, which is more the creative, the um, intuitive, the imaginative, the spiritual. And then you get the lover's card, which I would say this is like where you're headed. You may feel desperate, but I don't feel like you need to feel desperate. You just have to be patient. Be patient, continue to move forward. Even if you get knocked down emotionally, get up and keep moving. And things will change quicker than if you sit in that kind of disappointed place or desperate place. It's okay to visit there, experience it, process it, but don't live there. And sometimes it's harder to get rid of it than, you know, it's easier said than done. But that's where you want your focus to always looking forward and the present. I mean, of course, pay attention to the present, the things you have, that five of or four of cups right here. There's other things there around you that can make you and fulfill, be fulfilling to you. Just remember, don't skip steps. I'm getting that message over and over again. You don't want to skip steps because then you have to start over again. Go right back until you don't skip any steps or have a full understanding of where you're really going. And yeah, utilizing your unique gifts. Are you creating right now? Or you have a hobby? Do you have any, a passion that you want to follow or that you want to get really into? Do it. You get this is the unique gifts card. Spirit's basically telling you, and trust me, you're not the only one going through this right now, is getting more into that feminine side, which is that more spiritual side, bringing more balance there instead of overthinking everything. To a certain extent, you have to have faith in the universe and God, whatever you want to call it, that force, that singularity, the one that we all come from, that nature is going to put us in the right place as long as we're in the right headspace. Yeah. So even start with, like, what is it you like to do creatively? Some people like to knit, some people like to draw. See you later, Poppy. Or was somebody else saying bye? Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Um, what are some creative endeavors? It could just be like inventing something or creating a new business. Um, whatever you want to get passionate about. It doesn't need to be woo woo. It's just when I say spirit, that is knowing yourself, being okay with yourself and everything we're connected to, which is everything. Being a part of that big picture, like looking at the big picture. How do I get there? And getting out of your head sometimes. That's probably where it's the first thing you want to do is not overthink things, overanalyze. Thank you again, Valerie. Steven's leaving too. Oh, she says she has to pick up her glasses. I need to get glasses, prescriptions. I used to have the best eyes as far as sight. I'm still pretty good with my right eye, but my left eyes. I think it's from staring at screens too long. Close up. And I'm 50. Yeah, eat more carrots, as my mom would always tell me. Eat more carrots. That's how she got me to eat carrots when I was little. It'll give you good vision. I think it's actually good night vision, but it's still vision. Thank you, Nia. Did you have a question? Thank you for the $10 PayPal. I think it's time for the heater again. God damn. Oh, that's still on. It's a cold chill on the feet. And we got 2 days in a row of this. Then it's going to start rising again. Yeah, age will do it to you. And I'm sure staring at the screens doesn't help. Because I've been, most people, a lot of people that listen to music loud or loud things, they've lost a lot of their hearing. I haven't lost my hearing at all, at least as far as I'm concerned. That doesn't feel like, and I've been around loud amps basically most of my life. Loud guitar amps, bass amps. General? All right, whatever it needs to know. Her message from spirit. Come on, wind. Go away, dude. I'm tired of you. You've had your last, what, 5 days? Heavy wind yesterday. Yesterday was probably the heaviest we've had. 35-mile-an-hour, 50 to 60 miles an hour. Oh, Lori Clausen, Punky. I said that up mixed up. But yeah, I can see where you're kind of like, how do I motivate myself? I get it. You got the lower world. Again, similar to Valerie Lowe, like going through certain like dark night of the soul, whatever you want to call it. Looking at things and not being satisfied with that. And that's what we should be. We should never really truly be satisfied. We always strive forward. We learn, we experience. But the dark side is just kind of, that feminine spirit. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Um, your soul needs a break. So I would recommend like meditations. You get the water card saying just kind of roll with that energy. The water is also about expression, but it's about being flexible, not being so rigid. So I would say if you're really heavily like a person that's heavily like on schedule and everything's got to be perfect, back off of that a little bit. Don't expect it. Yeah, wins. And then you got the tree people card, which is sustenance, which I was saying. Find and feed the soul. Find what your soul is looking for and craving. That could be taking a walk. It could be meditation. It could be the simplest things, eating a really good meal, enjoying the flavors, enjoying how it makes you feel. Whatever that is. I mean, that's more the physical, but it's the body, mind, and physical, or body, mind, and spirit. So I would, spirit's kind of telling you take a little break and then get back to it as far as studying or whatever you're doing and working on. Another one about balance. You got the harmonic flight card. That's that masculine and feminine energy and keeping a balance there. So though you've been more in the analytical as well and, studying for school, going to school, now it's time to kind of take a break in that feminine side of just sometimes just relaxing, exhaling. Give yourself, maybe this coming weekend, give yourself some time to just relax. And I feel like you'll get that energy back. You need a recharge. Oh, come on, wind. It is ridiculous. All right, last call for readings. Anybody who would like a reading, please let me know in the comments, and we'll stick around for a minute. If you want a personal private reading, go to my website. It's scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen, www.psychicshaman333.com. Also, for people that do feel lost and feel like they're in a rut, that's what the Metaphysical Mystics class or group is about. Like, that's part of it. It's an aspect of helping you kind of see yourself more and more yourself, and more of taking some of the tools and things that we teach, taking those and utilizing them in your own life. And a lot of it is kind of mental health, mental wellness, emotional wellness, and support. So anyway, much love. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye, all.